Okay, we are taking a look at metric conversions in between the systems here. So we are taking a look at going miles to kilometers, yards to meters, and those types of things. When we're using these two charts, so these are two different charts. When we're using them, we're always multiplying. So that's something we need to write here. We are always multiplying when using these two charts. Okay, there's one more measurement that's not in there that you need to write down. Okay, there's one more that we need to write down. Okay, the one that is missing, I'm going to draw in pink, is this one. 1 meter equals 3.27 yards. So 1 meter equals 3.27 yards. Okay, now we're going to use those two charts, and we're going to use them by multiplying. Okay. Our first question wants to go miles to kilometers, and the order is important. So I'm going mile to kilometer, so I have to start here. This is where we start, and this is where we finish. So that means the guy on the left is where we start. Okay? This is where we start over here. So I have to find the one that has miles on the left. Which one has miles on the left? If I take a look, it's this one right here. So miles to kilometers. It tells me the number is 1.61. So that's the number I'm going to use now that I multiply by. So I'm going to take 8 times 1.61. And I got that number from the chart above. Okay, that's what's going on. I got that number from the chart above. So let's look at the next question. It wants to go yards to meters. If I want to go yards to meters, I'm going to look at the chart again. I'm going to find yards and meters, and I'm going left to right. Where am I starting? I'm starting here, and I'm ending here. So that means I'm multiplying by 0.915. So we're going to do the first two questions. Hit pause now and play when you're ready. Okay, take a look. Hopefully your calculations on your calculators match mine. So we've got 12.88. We multiplied by 1.61. On the second one, we're multiplying by 9.915. Where did I get those numbers? From the chart. Now I want to find feet to meters. So I got to find where feet is. That's on the left. And I got to look at meters. That tells me 0.305. So now I'm going to times by 0.305. So something that I like to do when I see a question is I like to kind of go through and do all the questions that match. So what that means is this. I'm going to find ones that go miles to kilometers. I'm going to look for another one, miles to kilometers, miles to kilometers. Whichever ones are miles to kilometers, they're going to multiply by the exact same number. So what I would do now is for those questions, I'm going to take the exact same number, times by 1.61, times by 1.61. So I've done 3 questions that match the same conversion. So we're going to do these 3 because they match the same conversion, mile to kilometer. Then we're going to do the ones that go yards to meters. Okay, so I'm doing the multiplying for all my miles to kilometers. So letter E, when I multiply that, is going to give me 99.98. So almost 100 kilometers. The next one going to kilometers is letter I. So letter I is going to give me exactly 805. There's no decimals on that one. So I did all the miles to kilometers. Now we're going to switch gears and we're going to do all the yards to meters. So I'm going to find all the ones that say yards to meters. Yards to meters. Yards to meters. So there's 3 of each. Okay, there's 3 of each type of conversion. So if you take a look at the blue one, we did all the yellow ones. Now we're looking at the blue one. He multiplies by 0.19 or 915. So that's what we're multiplying all of these ones by. So on this blue one, we are timesing by 0.915. Okay? All right. So times by 9.15. So times by 0.915 times 0.915. All right, take a moment and do the calculations. Okay, hopefully your calculations match mine. So here we go. This guy is going to give me an answer of 125.36. We get 125.355. And we want to round to 2 decimal places. So that third 5 or that second 5 rounds the first 5 to a 6. Okay, so we have to watch our rounding. It tells us 2 decimal places, so we have to watch the rounding. All right, the next blue one at the bottom, 1,500 times 0.915. We're going to get 1,372.5 meters. Okay, we've done all the blue ones. We've done all the yellow ones. Now we're going to do the pink ones. So this guy is pink. We're going feet to meters, feet to meters, feet to meters. So now we're looking at the pink. We found our number was 0.305. So we're multiplying by 0.305, multiplying by 0.305. All right, here we go. 60.5 times 0.305. This guy's going to give me 18.45. We get 18.4525. The 2 doesn't make the 5 do anything. Okay, so watch your rounding. The one on the very top right, letter C, we skipped him by accident. This guy's going to be 3.05. Okay, down to the last pink one, letter K, we multiply by 3.5 times 0.305. We're going to get 37.67. We had to round this one. We get 37.6675. That 7's going to round the 6 to a 7. Okay, so we have to watch our rounding there. The last 3 examples that we see diagonally are all going inch to centimeter. So now we're going to do the inch to centimeter questions. So inch to centimeter, I'm going to look at my very top, and if I find inch to centimeter, it's right here, 2.54. So we're now going to go down here, and we're going to times by 2.54 times by 2.54 times 2.54. Okay, that's inch to centimeter. So let's do all the 3 calculations and check your work. Okay, we've got our answers. Check your work and make sure they match mine. Okay, turn your page. Now we're going to match the conversions from the second chart. We match the ones and we do all the conversions. Do your multiplying and check your work. All right, check your work and check your rounding. On the second one there, letter E, we have to do some rounding. The 8 after the 2 is going to round that 2 to a 3. Okay, remember we want 2 digits after the decimals. So we have to watch our rounding. Same with this one. This one's a triple round. Take a look. The 8 rounds the 9 to a 10, which rounds him to a 10, which rounds him to a 10, and so on. So it becomes 1,000. Okay? All right, let's do the next conversion. The next one we're looking at is meters to yards. So if I look at my chart now, we're going to go meters to yards, all the one that has meters to yards. Meters to yards. Okay, we're doing all those blue ones. So meter to yard, if I look up there, is 1.09. So now we're going to times by 1.09 times 1.09 and times 1.09. These are all the meters to yards questions. All right, do your multiplying. 10.9. Let's match our work. Letter F is going to be 265.633. That second 3 is not going to make the third or that first 3 do anything. So it's 265.63. All right, last one, 1275 times 1.09. This guy gives me 1389.75. All right, we've done all the meter to yards. Now we want centimeter to inch. Now we're going to look for this one. Centimeter to inch. Centimeter to inch. Centimeter to inch. So now I got to go back to my chart and look for the centimeter to inch ones. And I find it's 0.39. So now I'm multiplying by 0.39 times 0.39 times 0.39. All right, do your calculations. Let's see if we match. This guy should give us 3.9. The next one, I'm going to get 48.906. That 6 is going to round the 0 to a 1. So I'm going to get 48.91. Okay, the next one, 2937 times 0.39. It's going to give us 1145.43. All right, the last conversion, the very last one we have. Yay! This guy is timesing by 0.039. So we times by 0.039. Times by 0.039. And same thing for our last one. 0.039. And again, we're multiplying for every single one of these. All right, this guy's going to give me 0.39. This guy's going to give me 2.9172. That 7 rounds the 1 to a 2. So I'm going to get 2.92. And now our last one here. This is 371.8 0.26. That 6 is going to round the 2 to a 3. So that's going to give me 371.83. Okay? That is our conversions. All it is going in between. You use 2 charts, you multiply, and that's it. Okay? This concludes converting between the measurement systems.